All right, it is time for our players-only segment here on the CHGO Bears postgame show. Please hit that like button. Got a lot of people watching here. We appreciate it. Hit the like button for these guys. I got Jerry Azumah to my right, Corey Wootton, Lance Briggs to my left. Guys, I'll start with your thoughts on that final play. Zoom, you were just talking about it to me off the air, so I'll tee it up for you. Just what did you think about what was called, and what did you think what was supposed to happen?
I don't think the play call was bad at all. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, maybe we should just run the ball. But this play call wasn't really that bad at all if they would have just executed it. I mean, you have to understand the situation that's going on right now. It's 4th and 1. You have 2 timeouts. You don't need the chunk play or the touchdown. You just need to get that first down. That's the most critical thing. And, you had DJ coming out late, and he was wide open. So if he would have just been patient, but then again, I mean, he had – the corner route in the end zone. If he's a little earlier with that, then we're not sitting here with sad faces, So it's just unfortunate.
I'm saying I thought the call was okay. Execution was more of the effect, Didn't work out. I thought they had great fight. They had great fight in the second half and came up short. But I think one of the telltales is Green Bay is one of the best, or they're the number 1 team on third down. Yeah. And they were hot. They were 8 of 12 on third down. We have to get off the field on third down, and we didn't do that.
Yep. And I think anytime you have a great team like Green Bay, they are a great team.
Yeah.
Both sides of the football, you can't give them a head start and expect to come back every time. You just can't play behind the 8 ball. And I think, they were doing great in the second half. So Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen, they made adjustments. They were getting off the field defensively. Offensively, they started attacking the defense's right side, their left side. It was working well. Mix it and match it to run with Manungai. So the adjustments were there. Yeah. Came down to the wire, and you kind of thought maybe if they scored on that play, would Ben Johnson go for 2? Loves to gamble and things of that nature. But you just can't get behind the 8 ball. The great part about it is they're going to play them again, and they're going to play them at home.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great game, but, you got to beat your rival. And it's something Green Bay has controlled this rivalry, and you kind of thought this was the opportunity to show after beating Philly, going to Philly, being physical, dominating them in the game, that, like, hey, we are for real, and he just came up short again.
Yeah.
Got to stop the big plays, man.
Yeah.
You got to stop the big plays. That big play by Josh Jacobs,
plays.
the big run, those big throws. You have to stop those big plays. You stop those. You'll say that's – it's 3 or 4 plays. It's 3 or 4 plays, and it usually is in a game. It's about 3, maybe 4 plays. Sometimes it's 2. You stop those plays, and you're playing lights-out type defense.
I'll tell you what also is that this team is very confident. Coming into the fourth quarter, this team was feeling that, you know what, even though we might be down, we can come right back and get ourselves back into this football game. That's an attitude thing that we've been missing for a long time, and now we have that. So that's good to see. But now it just comes down to executing. Yeah. The play is called. You have to go out there and you have to execute. And the Bears traditionally have been doing that in the fourth quarter.
Exactly.
But this is a game where they came up short.
The tough part, I feel bad for the back half because at times there is 0 pass rush. Yep. In this league, it's rush and cover. Some of the best years that you guys have had playing, it works together.
Correct.
And there is 0 rush with the front 4. You're having to dial up pressure. Bringing 6 or 7 guys and they're not coming home, and all of a sudden you're leaving the guys island on the back. So it is an impossible task for any of this secondary.
Yeah,
it's Dennis Allen is handcuffed. He's fighting a fight with one hand tied behind his back right now because they aren't getting off the football. That's the key. I look at we were talking about it in the pregame. Look at the line of scrimmage. They are the last people off the ball.
Yeah.
And you look on the other side, Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary. Jump in the snap.
Reestablishing the line of scrimmage as well.
You're never going to win rushes if you're not the first person off the ball.
Right.
And that's what I see all day. So you look at the 3 technique position, because there's 2. The 3 technique and the right end usually are the 2 that are the engines that run that pass rush.
Yeah.
We're not getting production from either of those. So it is an impossible task to expect the linebackers and the secondary to cover all day. It is just tough, but Dennis Allen has done a great job making those adjustments, but you can only bring so many.
Yeah,
you can and then you're leaving the back end susceptible. So it's a tough task right now. I think in all areas they're playing like a championship football team at times, but the pass rush is lacking so much.
But this is a good test. I think that they needed this. They needed to get slapped in the face.
Like a wake-up call.
It's
to
a
be like, we're not as real as we think.
Yeah, you have to be sharp, when it comes down to beating really good teams. they went to Philly and they dominated them, and they were the sharp team. But if you're off a little bit against a really good team like the Packers, it's gonna come back to bite you in the end, and that's what exactly happened.
And you still had an opportunity to win the game.
Exactly.
That's the crazy part.
So it's really a setup for the rematch. The rematch, I think the Bears clean that stuff up and they handle business. They know what they had to do.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'm thinking from being able to get the front four home is running some more games. Some text games, some tangos inside,
So
some
just
coffee
some
houses.
Exits.
Yeah, some exits.
How about just line up and you just beat your man? How about that?
That's what I'm
can't do
seeing,
that.
guys. Like,
How about that?
Did anyone see-
We can't do that. We don't.
Like, anyone see 94 Austin Booker win a one-on-one today?
No.
Like that.
Yeah. And the
man,
Packers'
win your
offensive line
one-on-one.
is not that good.
There's opportunities. That's just, I mean, I get it, but that's why I keep saying, if there is one Achilles heel to this team that may prevent them, like, because we could still, quarterback may get better, running game might still get better, coaching looks great, they're going to make adjustments. We saw that today. Like, so there is a world where between now and whenever the season ends, whatever round of the playoffs that might be, if they can get in, right? Like, there's an upside here that maybe you don't place a ceiling on, but it's that lack of pass rush I just keep coming back to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that's going to change. Like, it's still going to hurt them in the playoffs.
And it's one of those things that's going to ride. It's going to be a glaring issue going into the offseason as well. One thing they say, what was consistent? What was consistent in this successful return of the Bears? We couldn't generate a pass rush.
Right.
So when the draft, when the free agency comes around, we have to find a way to generate a pass rush.
And that's the part that frustrates me the most is we've talked about this the past couple years. What are they going to do for the defensive line? I know they went out and got swept with the trade, but besides that, where did they get that dominant three technique? Yeah. Where did they get that dominant right end? Because Sweat is a left end. Right?
Yep.
He'll give you 7 to 10 sacks, which is great, but you want that world beater. You want that Micah Parsons, right? You want that Myles Garrett type of guy that's going to change the game. They literally have to give 2 to 3 people at. And right now they're blocking one and be like, go ahead, beat me like that. Jordan Love's back there eating brats and cheese curds back there, like like
that horseradish on there, huh?
Exactly. But it's just such a tough thing. But in this offseason, they have to figure out that defensive line.
Yeah,
they have
pass
to.
Rush.
They did the offensive line this year, and it's worked out tremendously. But you got to figure out the defensive line.
Yeah.
I like everybody in the comments. Trade for Crosby. Boy, if Max Crosby was on this team, I would love that.
Yeah. I mean, anybody at this point. I would give up 2 first-round picks for Myles Garrett for next year. I would do it. But defense wins championships.
It
does. Like you look at the 07 and 11 Giants, Von Miller's team.
Do we have two first-round picks next year? Do we have 2?
No, but maybe in the future.
Oh, okay. So we got that's 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you're trying to win now, though.
Oh,
Here's the thing,
okay.
though. But we spent a lot of money on the defensive line.
We did
in the offseason.
Yes.
Like, we need these guys to perform.
Well, one guy's on IR. He's on IR. Yep. Double Nichols he's on IR. We can't even see him anymore.
We need guys just to win. How about
but before he went on IR, he was playing like he was on IR.
Hey, keeping it real.
It's true. I mean,
You're keeping it real.
Yeah. I mean, they paid him big money.
Your point is correct.
Huge.
They're paying a lot of money for that D-line right now. And draft capital, too. Yeah. Like, look at that run stop they could have had Josh Jacobs in the backfield, and that is a $100 million pass rusher and a second-round pick in Gervon Dexter who came in and didn't wrap up. Between the two of them, I don't know how that play's not made, and instead it's a field goal at the end. Yeah. Maybe you're kicking a field goal instead of going for it on 4th down, and we're going to overtime. Now, Ben probably still goes for it anyway, but, it's the point is it could have been a different outcome. So that's
the one problem I have with the Gervon Dexter pick, I think he's a great guy. I think he plays with effort at times. But when you look at his tape in college, he ran the 2-gap scheme. Literally was the last person off the ball. And you guys know this.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Guys either can get off the football or they can't.
Correct.
It's not something you learn somewhere. Like you look at these guys from Pop Warner.
Yeah.
They're firing off the ball. And I think
Aaron Donald.
Correct.
Aaron Donald. When you look at his tape, it's always
Tommy
firing off.
Yeah, but that's not something you learn eventually and figure out. So I think that was the problem with it. I think Gervon Dexter, honestly, would have been a better fit for a 3-4 end. I think that right in his wheelhouse where you get 2-gap. You could have some flexibility slide inside, but I just don't think in attacking style defense it really suits his strengths.
Yeah.